I have to borrow this from Mr. Warner for a little bit to introduce our guest. Dennis Warner is a songwriter and an author, and you will recognize a lot of his stories that he'll cover today, especially Beads on a String. He'll be covering that one too. He will probably not have time for questions right now, Pierre. So we're just going to be a really good audience. And I want to thank you all for joining us this afternoon. And I also want to thank the Five Wings Arts Council. They're the ones that helped sponsor this. And I want to thank a big thanks to Mrs. Lonnie Niles. She can't be with us here right now because she's over in 5th and 6th grade doing a lesson. Maybe she's watching us on the live stream. And I know a lot of our friends are watching on the live stream too if they can't be here in person. So thank you very much for coming, Dennis. And let's give him a big Wolverine welcome.
Hey, let's have some fun today, huh? I hope you like to sing because I love it when everybody's singing along with me, all right? Now this song you may recognize, you may not recognize it, but I love to open my concerts with this song, and I've been opening my shows with this for a lot of years now. It's a song I recorded with another Minnesota gal. Her name is Prudence Johnson. So if you recognize it, jump in, otherwise we'll learn it together, okay? Inch by inch, row by row, we're gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warn them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. All right, so that's your part. You got it memorized? Now, I do want to tell you that I was playing at a school down in Lincoln, Nebraska. And there were kindergartners down in the front row. Is there a kindergartner down here? Oh boy. There was this one particular young man in kindergarten, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, singing at the top of his lungs. He was so into it, big smile on his face, inch by inch, row by, just beautiful, right? Except he didn't know all of the words. So I just want to tell you, the words are rake and a hoe, not oregano, okay? No oregano in this song. Here we go. Inch by inch, row by row, we're gonna make this garden grow. We're gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Try it out, inch by inch, row by row. Someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. You got it. Pulling weeds, picking stones. We are made of dreams and bones. I need a place to call my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, make my way through nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Here we go now. Oh, inch by inch, row by row, we're gonna make this garden grow. We're gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. You sound wonderful. inch by inch, row by row. Someone bless these seeds, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below, someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. So when I recorded this with Prudence Johnson, this was the verse that we gave her to sing as a solo on the album, and it went something like this. Plant your rose, excuse me. Plant your roses straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will keep us strong if we give her love and care. An old crow watching hungrily from her perch in yonder tree. In my garden, well, I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Sing it with me now. Oh, inch by inch, row by row. We're gonna make this garden. We're gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Your turn, inch by inch. Inch by inch. Someone bless these seeds, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below, someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes tumbling down. Yeah! Woo! Oh man, I love you all so much. Thank you for that. I need your help on this song. This is a little song about fishing. Some of you like to fish, I guess. Okay, this is your part. You got to do this for me when it comes around. I'll point out when you're going to do this, but just practice this for a minute. Try it. Oh, you're good. You got it. Well, I went to the river and I caught me a fish, brought him back home and I put him in a dish. I was in for a big surprise, never saw one with such big blue eyes. Stoke up the stove, get down the skillet, got an empty tummy now. I'm gonna fill it, get down the salt, get down the pepper. A fish dinner's good, but I can make it better. Here's your part now. Oh, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. One more time. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Heard a voice say, "Excuse me, please. Salt makes me itchy and pepper makes me sneeze." Well, I wasn't too happy. It was just my luck. It seemed I better quick put him back in the bucket. Then the fish said, "Sir, there's a time to be humble, and I know you're in a hurry. I can hear your tummy rumble. But I'm a magic fish, and it's a big mistake to treat a magic fish like a piece of steak. Stoke up the stove, get down the skillet, got an empty tummy now. I'm gonna fill it, get down the salt, get down the pepper. Fish dinner's good, but I can make it better." Try it out. Here we go. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Just try yourselves now. I love it. Now my head I'm shaking, the floor I'm walking. How do I cook a fish that's talking? He said, "I'll tell you stories if you let me live. I got lots of good stories, but to get you gotta give." So he told me stories about Paul Revere, old Paul Bunyan, and the grizzly bear. I told him the joke about the kid from Nantucket. Opened up his spit a flip, and he giggled in the bucket. Stoke up the stove, put down the skillet, got an empty tummy now. I'm gonna fill it. Get down the salt, get down the pepper. Fish dinner's good, I can make it better. Here we go. So we swapped stories till the sun came up. I fed him whole wheat with multi-grain flaxseed breadcrumbs. I had some old stale peanut butter. I said, Mr. Fish, what are we gonna do? You're supposed to feed me, but I'm feeding you. Oh, so we went to the river and I put him back in. Now every evening I go to visit him. We'll tell stories till it's late at night. Then I'll stroll home and turn off my lights. Damper down the stove, put away the skillet. I have to live with it. Put away the salt, put away the pepper. A fish dinner's good, but a fish friend is way better. Here we go. Oh, the fish stories. Thank you so much. Wow. That's really awesome. All right. Hey, I got a favor to ask you. When we're singing today, if you can not clap during the song, okay? If you can just sing during the songs is great, but to not clap during the songs unless I invite you in. That would help me out a lot, okay? Thank you. I got to tell you, I love coming to WDC. I think you have a fabulous school, and I've had the opportunity while here to this time and last time to talk to the principal and some of the teachers here, and it's just such a wonderful experience coming here. And I went to a really nice school when I was growing up down in St. Cloud, so not too far away. But I got to tell you something that happened to me that in a lot of ways changed my life when I was a student there. Between classes, we were walking down the hallway to our next class, and there was another student who we knew each other, but we weren't friends. We just knew each other. And as we were passing in the hallway, all of a sudden he punched me right in the face, knocked me against the wall and down on the floor. You know, I wore glasses at the time. He bent my glasses, cut me a little bit on the cheek. And I had no idea why he did this. And the teacher standing in the doorway of the hallway, brought us both down to the principal's office to try to sort out what had happened, right? And this is kind of what life was like for me sometimes during school, all right? I was like the tallest kid in the class. From kindergarten on up into high school, pretty much the tallest kid. And which can be a fun thing, but there's some things, though, that worked hard for me, like basketball in gym class, because people seem to expect if you're tall, you're going to be good at basketball, right? But I was terrible at it. I don't know if it's just because I was growing into these arms and legs and I was so uncoordinated, but I couldn't hit baskets or anything. It was really embarrassing. And the other kids wouldn't want me on their team and stuff. And that kind of hurt me, They'd make comments about me. And those glasses that I wore, there were a couple, two, maybe three kids on the school bus that would make fun of me because of my glasses. Just call me names because I had to wear glasses. I didn't understand that. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, right? I'm the youngest in the family. And since we didn't have a lot of money, my mom was really good with a sewing machine, though, and she'd go out and buy material and make pants for me so that I'd have clothes that would fit me. Because I was growing so fast, I was like, all of a sudden, whoa! These pants fit last week, what happened? Some of you know what I'm talking about. And then my hair, now, I'm just thankful to still have hair, but this is naturally curly, what's left of it. And if some of you might have this too, when naturally curly hair gets long, it doesn't go down like everybody else's. It goes, that's right, it goes out, right? And it goes up. And it's really cool. I loved having that long, this is late 1960s to mid 1970s, you know what I'm talking about? So I loved having that hair because, you know, whenever I wanted to take a nap, I had my own pillow right with me. There were certain kids, though, that because it looked different, because it was different from their hair, they thought it was okay to tease me about it and make fun of my hair. And so anyway, we're sitting in the principal's office.
More gummy bears.
I don't know who's talking back there, but I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that. Thank you. So, sitting in the principal's office, and the principal asked the kid, so why did you hit Dennis? Why did you do that? This is what the principal heard from this kid. He hit me because I was the tallest kid in the class. And he wanted to see how tough I was. Huh? Right?
What?
He hit me because I was the tallest kid in the class, and he wanted to see how tough I was. Apparently, he thought I would get up and start fighting him, and we'd see who's the toughest in the school. But I didn't do that. No, he hit me. I fell to the ground, and I just stayed there until the teacher came over, because I had no interest in fighting or retaliating and things like that. So anyway, I just want to say to you one thing, and then I have an ask for you, a favor that you can do for me. One thing I want to tell you is that it is your right to be here at WDC and to learn in a fun and a safe environment. That's your right. And if somebody's taking that away from you, please talk to somebody. Talk to the principal or your teachers or your school bus driver. Get that taken care of. Let me say this one more time. It's your right to be here to learn in a fun and safe environment. Don't let somebody be teasing you, making you afraid. If you're trying to ignore somebody in the cafeteria because they've been so mean to you, talk to somebody about that. Get that fixed, all right? Now, here's the favor. When you wake up in the morning, and we all wake up different ways, right? Alarm clocks, parents knocking on the door, wake up, wake up. Right? My aunt, I got to tell you this story. This is one of the funniest things I've ever heard about. My aunt sleeps on her back, right? And this cat of hers comes tiptoeing in every morning about 6 a.m. and just I don't know how it would jump up onto the bed, and she wouldn't know it was jumping up on the bed. These cats are kind of like that, aren't they? And it would jump up on the bed and go over my aunt's head with its paws and pull open her eyes and put nose to nose and like saying, it's time to eat. It's time for breakfast, right? True story. So however it is, you wake up in the morning, promise yourself you're going to try to make somebody's day better, right? If all you can do is say hi to them as you pass them, in the hallway or in the school bus, say hi to your bus driver, hi to your teachers. If you notice they have a new haircut or new glasses or new clothes, say something nice about what they're wearing today, right? That can really make a difference in the world, because you don't want to be that person that would be teasing me, right? That made fun of my glasses and made fun of my clothes. We don't want to be that person. Just try to compliment somebody. Make yourself a promise every day to try to do that. Make somebody feel better about themselves. All right. This is the second most important song I've ever recorded. Written by my buddy Steve Seska. I was down at the Bluebird Cafe playing in Nashville, Tennessee. And he was there too, also playing that night. And he sang this brand new song, and it hit me, and I knew I had to record it. I'm the little boy with the glasses, one they call the geek. I'm the little girl who never smiles. I've got braces on my teeth, and I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on every playground who's always chosen last, the single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend But is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm the cripple on the corner. Pass me on the street, and I wouldn't be here with my hand out if I had enough to eat. And don't think I don't notice our eyes never meet. I lost my wife and little baby. Someone crossed that yellow line, and the day we laid them in the ground was the day I lost my mind. And now I'm down to hold this little cardboard sign. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, and don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Well, I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm deaf, I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. No, no, don't laugh at me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening to my story here. Anybody here have a cat? Cat at home? Yes, a lot of cat. Holy cow. Okay, put your hands down. You know what? I don't have a cat. Hold on. Turns out I am allergic to cats, so I can't be real close to them or I will start sneezing and things like that. And you know how cats are, how they kind of rule the household, and you like them based on whether they like you. Essentially, they're running things, so they know us right away when I'm trying to avoid them when I come into somebody's house, right? So they got to come up and rub it all over me, leave their fur all over my pants. I do love cats, but I just can't be sneezing like crazy if I'm around them too much. So here's your part on this song. This is about a cute cat. Maybe your cat is like this one. You're going to do this for me. La 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 la. Nee nee nee. Nee nee nee. Try it out. La 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 la. Nee nee nee. Nee nee nee. Now, that's really good. Can you be like opera singers? You know what opera singers sound like? This? La 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 la. Try it out. La 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 la. Well, it's hard to brush your teeth with a cat in the sink. And it's hard to write your name when your pen's out of ink. Oh, it's tough and it's hard getting ready every day. You gotta go to school and you can't be late. Oh, it's hard to brush your teeth with a cat in the sink. Here we go. La 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 la. Nee, 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 nee. La 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 la. Nee, 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 nee. Oh, it's hard to ride your bike when your tires got a leak, and it hurts to chew your food when you bite on your cheek. Oh, you can't run fast if your shoes don't fit. You can't play tag if nobody's in. Oh, it's hard to ride your bike when your tires got a leak. Here we go. Oh, la 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 la. Me 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 me. La 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 la. Me 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 me. Oh, cookies are when they're all dried up. You can't drink milk with a hole in your cup. Yesterday's gum is hard to chew. Yesterday's gum is hard to chew. Ew, who would want to? And you can't solve a mystery without a clue. Oh, it's hard to brush your teeth with a cat in the sink. And it's hard to love your feet when they're hot and they stink. Oh, it's tough and it's hard getting ready every day. You gotta go to school and you can't be late. Oh, it's hard to brush your teeth with a cat in the sink. Here we go. La 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 la. Nee 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 nee. La 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 la. Nee 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 nee. Again. La 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 la. Nee 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 nee. La 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 la. Nee 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 nee. Oh yeah, the cat's in the sink. Well, Miss Long, I think you have some potential opera singers here. All right. Here's a song about friendship. I want you to think about some of your good friends, maybe one person, maybe a bunch of people. Those that have really supported you and you'd love to hang out with and have fun with. Ooh, everybody needs to know they have a friend somewhere. Everybody needs to know they have a friend out there. We have each other, and that's good to know. You'll be a friend of mine as long as the tall trees grow. Even if the thoughtless words sometimes hurt, even if we sometimes say an angry word, we have each other, and that's good to know. You'll be a friend of mine as long as the tall trees grow. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm your friend and you are mine. We're gonna be the best of friends for a long, long time. Someone who will stick through thick and thin. Someone who will take it with a grin. We have each other, and that's good to know. You'll be a friend of mine as long as the tall trees grow. even if the thoughtless word is sometimes heard. Oh, even if we sometimes say an angry word, we have each other, and that's good to know. You'll be a friend of mine as long as the tall trees grow. Now, I'm so glad that I'm your friend and you are mine. We're gonna be the best of friends for a long, long time. Someone who will stick through thick and thin. Someone who will take it with a grin. We have each other, and that's good to know. You'll be a friend of mine as long as the tall trees grow. You'll be a friend of mine as long as the tall trees grow. All right, so I have a question for you. Do you all know the song Beads on One String? All right, I want to tell you the story of Beads on One String, and then we're going to sing it together if you'd like to do that. Outstanding. All right, we can bring the stage lights down, Glenn, and then we'll see the screen a little bit easier. I'll start by telling you this, that Beads on One String in the book, there it is. See, it says illustrated by Allison Love Unzelman. Now, illustrated just means that she's the one that did all of the photos, all of these pictures, rather, in the book, all right? These are all paintings in the book. If you've looked at the book, you know that they are all paintings in there, each individual page. Allison Love Unzelman. And so I wrote this song after performing in Illinois, in the state of Illinois, and I was driving back to Minnesota, formulating this idea for this song, visualizing a beaded necklace, where every bead is a different size, a different shape, and a different color, but all held together by one string, which is how I see us all around the world. Right here in Wadena, here at Memorial Auditorium, we're all different sizes, shapes, and colors, let alone all around the world. So I wrote this song about our connectedness, the things that we have in common with each other. All right? Kind of the string represents the things we share with each other. And the song became a children's book. The book, I got to tell you, I'm so thrilled with this. We are now in our 7th printing of the book. And within the last month, it's being distributed all across Africa right now, in several countries in Africa. And they printed 10,000 copies that they're giving out to school kids over there. And that'll be followed up. I'll be on tour over there as soon as it's safe to do so with COVID. So it's just a real fun time. The book just keeps growing and the message keeps getting spread thanks to kids and adults like you all. Beads on one string. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string. We're one world. Now let's back up and look at this page here. Look at these kids. Look at all these people on here. Look at all the detail you can see. They're silhouettes of people, right? Profiles. So you can't tell a lot of detail, but you can still tell certain things, right? You can tell there's kids, adults, old people, some people with some disabilities. You can even tell there's men and women, boys and girls. But the thing you can't tell on this picture sums up the whole book. You can't tell color of skin. You can just tell that they're people. We're all people on the same one string of beads. So if you go home tonight and your parents say, so what's Beads on One String about? You say, hey, let's go to page number 4. Check out the book from the library if you didn't get a copy, and just show your parents. This is what it's all about, because we're all just people on the same string of beads. And this page is important too, because I love this one string wrapping around the whole world. Because a lot of people will come up to me and they'll say, "Oh, I love that song of yours, that Beads on a String. That's a great," but it's not Beads on a String, is it? What's the title of this? Beads on one string. Big difference if you say beads on a string. Well, you wonder, well, how many other strings are there? No, I'm talking about the one string, the things that keep us connected all around the world. I touch, you touch. We feel so much. We hurt and we heal. We know love is real, right? We know love is real. It's one of my favorite images of the book. Can you all just give me a big ah? Thank you. We all need that these days, right? You dream. Will I dream? We plan. Sometimes scheme. Okay. What are they looking at in this picture here? What do you see? A tree. Raise your hand if you see a tree. All right, put your hands down. You are right. But it's something else too. Do you know what this is? The peace sign, right? So circle with a line down the middle and two little diagonal lines off to the side. Now I want you to go back here and look at this tree. Circle, line down the middle, two little diagonal lines off to the side. You didn't see that before, did you? Here is the reason we disguised the peace sign as a tree. I grew up on a tree farm, right? My parents had some property about an hour north of here, northeast of here by Pine River. And we had a tree farm there. So we planted hundreds, if not thousands of trees. In fact, where I live now, down south of St. Cloud, my wife and I planted over 2,000 trees on our property. You just get these little things, they're like 6 to 10, 12 inches tall. You just make a little slit in the ground and you stick the little seedling in there, tamp down the soil a little bit. It is an amazing thing to watch a little seedling grow up to be these huge trees. Right? Every year that tree becomes more and more beautiful. It gets taller and the branches become fuller. Oh, it's just wonderful. Anyway, that's the peace sign is disguised as a tree because of my connection to trees and how things grow. Now, what Beads on One String is about is planting peace. If you can imagine this, planting peace like a little seedling. I'm talking to you folks today, and hopefully you'll talk to some people. You'll sing the song. You'll share the message about our connectedness. You'll share with people, that favor I asked you earlier when you get up in the morning to try to make somebody's day better today by smiling or talking to them and saying nice things about them. That's all about planting peace, right? All we have to do is watch the news for just 5 minutes every night, and we need more peace in this world. So anything we can all do is great. And Beads on One String is sort of like planting the idea of peace, and hopefully it'll grow as you guys share the message, and I travel around singing the song. How we love to eat. Oh yeah. And everyone fast asleep. There you go. Say this with me. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string. We're one world. You laugh. You cry. Guess what? So do I. Yes, I do. I love this page. And in these times of COVID, it's even more important. We cough and we sneeze into the same air we all breathe. That's me in the red shirt when a cat comes nearby, right? When I sneeze, right? If I sneeze here in Wadena, what are you going to say to me? Bless you, right, bless you. But if you go to another country, like say Germany, this person here in yellow, they're in Germany, they say Gesundheit. You know, can you say that? Gesundheit. Yes. Go down to Mexico and you sneeze, they say salud. Say that. Salud. Or maybe this person in purple, they live in a little country in Africa called Somalia. And there's a lot of people from Somalia that are moving to Minnesota because there's been a terrible war and a lot of violence there. So they're coming over here to find peace. Again, that word, peace. So that families can raise their kids away from all that violence. And so anyway, if you sneeze when you're in Somalia, they say, Alhamdulillahi. Say that. Alhamdulillahi. Yes. Just another reminder about our connectedness around the world. There's something as simple as a sneeze. We trust, we give, and we die after we've lived. We win. Sometimes we're going to lose. We're wearing the same shoes. We should all wear red shoes, right? Here we go. Say this with me. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string. We're one world. We hug. We need. We cut. And we bleed. Somehow we discover we're so much like each other. Here we go. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string. We're one world. We're one world. Yeah. So hopefully you learned some things about the book you didn't know before. And now, should we sing the song? Yes. So yes, I would like to thank Lonnie Niles and Mr. Rutten, the principal. Where is he at here? He's over there. There you are. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for wearing masks for me today, trying to keep me safe as I'm traveling around, and I appreciate that a lot. We all want to get through this together. Okay. I love you so much. All right, shall we sing? All right. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string, we're one world. Try it out. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string, we're one world. Well, I touch, you touch. And we feel so much, and we hurt, and we heal. And we know love is real. You dream, well I dream. We plan, sometimes scheme, and how we love to eat. Everyone has to sleep, 'cause we're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. Beads on one string, we're one world. When you laugh, you cry, guess what? So do I, and we cough, we sneeze into the same air. We all breathe, and we trust, we give, and we die after we live. We win, sometimes we're gonna lose. We're wearing the same shoes, everybody. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl. beads on one string, we're one world. We hug and we need, we cut and we bleed. Somehow we discover we're so much like each other. Oh, I say yes we are, yes we are. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl, all we're beads on one string. One world, one more time. We're all beads on one string. Every man, every woman, boy and girl, beads on one string. We're one world. Oh, we're all beads on one string. We're one world. One world. Oh, yes, we are. I love you very much. Thank you.
Let's give one more hand here, boys. Now, I heard you say you were going to be traveling. Whereabouts are you going again, if you can?
Talk about the Africa trip?
Yeah.
That will be when it's safe to do so because of COVID. So it was supposed to be actually next month.
Are you visiting any other schools this year?
Yes, I am. You put me on the spot. By Rochester. And I have to do adult family shows as well. So that's
Well, we appreciate you coming and doing in person with us, and thank you very much for coming. We'll let kindergartners take off first, and if there were any other orders that need to be left with Mr. Warner, he'll pick them up in the office if you had stuff back in your class.